Plump Goops Podcast.
Get a load of these hot takes at high stakes. Get a load of these hot takes at high stakes. Get a load of these hot takes at high stakes. Get a load of these hot takes at high stakes.
Howdy, folks, and welcome back to the greatest podcast ever, hosted by 3 Olympic gold medalists. I have Olympic gold in archery. David, what do you have Olympic gold in?
Cross-country skiing.
And Tanner?
Moguls.
Good
Like
man.
skiing. So you guys are both Winter Olympians.
Mhm.
Why are you shaking your head?
Because you're a summer Olympian.
Mhm.
I said you guys are both Winter Olympians.
But you're
Yeah,
a
you're-
summer Olympian.
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
issue.
I thought you were correcting me. No, okay. So we do have 3 Olympic gold medalists on the podcast, the greatest podcast to ever exist. It's Hot Takes, High Stakes. David, do you want to explain how Hot Takes, High Stakes works, and also introduce yourself?
I'm it's great to be here. I'm the bug patrol center, but just BPC for short. Hot takes, high stakes. Where to begin and where to end? I mean, we as a group of us, we're just going to bring you some of the hottest takes that you've ever felt or heard, and we're going to debate them better than you'll see tomorrow. So
You're the Bug Patrol Center?
yeah, at first I thought bug control was going to work, but I realized the P comes first.
Mm.
But
It
I'm
could
really
have
just
been
BPC.
It could have been like Bug Pest Control or something.
Yeah.
'Cause
I
what
just
is a
thought
bug?
That's the first. I don't know. Like, you patrol the bugs. I mean,
And
it's got to be some sort of government, right?
that's the center where they all go to at the end of their day.
Yeah.
bug
Similar
patrollers?
to. I mean, obviously we have our government structure. I think they'd have theirs. It's kind of like the FBI is the bug patrol center.
Okay. I think we recently we've like to start the show off with a little warm-up take. I don't know if either of you guys have one.
Skiing is harder than snowboarding
That's a hot
That's a
take.
hot take.
Why do you think so?
because there's 2 things instead of 1.
But you also have poles.
And
So
you're
4
like
things.
kind of
instead
more
of 1.
natural with it. I think it's a much more natural motion.
Skiing, yeah, I think so too. Except there's a much higher risk of ACL tears.
Is the ACL there for anything good? Because I only ever hear about it tearing, and I don't hear about the good things it does.
True.
See, I think that's why it's so important, because when it's torn, you
It's an
can't
unsung
walk.
hero.
They should really have, how they have injury reports in like all the sports. They should have non-injury reports and say like whose ACLs are doing well.
This guy's ACL is doing exceptionally well compared to the
Yeah.
rest of the league.
I want to hear like who the most healthy player is on each team.
What team? Like what league? What sport?
Every.
Oh,
Wait, hold on, guys. I have no idea why I'm using this light. 1 second.
thank God he's gone. Podcast is so much better
Don't thank God.
without him. I hope he doesn't come back, because I think the 2 of us could really just do a whole lot better, just us 2, than with Cameron here.
Oh!
I hope he. Oh,
Uh,
fuck. He's back.
Oh, with better lighting.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Really summer Olympian of you to do, but
If you're watching the video version of this podcast, you can tell how good my lighting is now compared to the other 2 who are using just like overhead. David's is good too now.
hey,
It's a lot like an interrogation room.
yeah. I was
David's
about to
is.
say, let's get like a whole.
Not mine.
Yeah, yours, I could do with that. I could do with or without Tanner. Oh, is the light swinging on a string,
Yeah,
David?
it's the lamp. If I had like a little ashtray right here and you saw the trail of smoke.
Yeah, that'd be cool. You need to set up. You need to one day dress up like a 1940s detective. You know those
Halloween's
guys.
coming up,
True. Be a
Should I
detective.
just walk the halls of my apartment complex and like knock on doors and act like I'm solving a crime?
Yeah, you should think of a fake crime and try to get everyone in the building like onto the. Like,
I want
get them
it
into
to
the
become
crime.
like a big game of Among Us where they're all blaming each other.
That would be sick. That would be funny. You
I
should do
think
that
you should do that.
and
I
vlog it.
handpick a few people like throughout the complex, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, you're going to pretend to be dead.
Whoa.
So that someone can report you.
Or just like go missing. Like in every apartment, one of their roommates goes missing.
Ooh, yeah.
That would be
Just the whole
crazy.
day. And then I solve my own missing case by showing up and solving it.
Yeah. That would be cool.
Vid idea.
Vid idea. The Hot Takes High Stakes is where we come up with all of our vid ideas. We came up with like 4 vid ideas last week. One of them was we do a collective marathon.
I saw that. I did see that.
Oh,
would be fun.
I like the collective movie as well.
Collective movie, collective marathon. Tanner, collective marathon would be like, I think what we would do is like there would be different amounts of miles that you would have to run. So like someone would have to run like 7 miles. Someone would have to run like 6, 5, 4, 3. And it would all add up to 26.2. And we would all like write down who we think who we want to run the 7 miles, who we want to run the 6, and whoever gets like the most out of each one, that's how we decide who runs that.
You're saying popular vote.
I'm saying there's no electoral college here.
Everyone, exercise your civic duty. And don't be like me and wait too long to mail this in.
Did you wait too long?
No, I haven't waited too long, but it's been here for like a week and I just haven't done it.
So it's not too late.
I mean, you can have it in like 3 days after still.
It's not too late, and it's never too late until it is.
And you don't want it to be.
Is this the
You don't
vote?
want the guy that didn't.
I think this is the voting special, this episode. Because it comes
Like,
out.
How many?
It comes out on the 28th. And the
yeah,
election's on the
next
3rd.
Tuesday.
So vote, everyone. This is the last episode
Please.
until we decide the fate of our nation.
Like whoever you vote for, especially if you didn't vote last time, like everyone. I mean, obviously, I want you to vote for
One of the candidates.
but I think I'd love to see America just get to like 90% voter participation.
That would be
100%.
sick. I think a lot would change.
Well, 2/3 of us have voted.
Yes, that is true.
That's an L on my part.
In person too. Vote early. Vote if
Off.
you can.
Without a mask, walk straight into the office.
Make sure
Make a scene.
Make a scene. Run your forehead under some hot water before you go in, just to make sure that temp is up.
Probably
Scream.
accuse a minority of doing something they didn't do and
Yes.
go viral on YouTube. Cut your hair before. Get a nice bob going beforehand.
Bleach it blonde.
Did y'all hear about the Karen Act that got passed in San Francisco?
What was it?
It makes like racially motivated calls to 911 illegal, and it stands for like the caution against racially something non-emergencies. So the person just really carefully constructed an acronym.
That's
was
so
Karen.
crazy. That's
It's really
so
funny.
funny.
That's
Well,
my type of clause.
While we're on this subject, my take is politically charged. So can I do it? Not politically charged,
Slap
but
me with it.
it's about It's like about politicians.
Slap me.
Obviously, police officers should have to wear body cams, right? That should be a thing and they should always be on. But I'm going to take it one step further. I'm going to say during working hours, politicians, congresspeople, senators, the president, the vice president, the cabinet should always be wearing a camera during working hours and broadcasting that publicly to the public.
I've been watching like a lot of Supreme Court videos recently. I don't know why they've been popping up, but you know, the more I watch, the more they pop up. And
course.
someone asked, it was like a late night show, and I think a judge was on it, a Supreme Court justice, and the guy was like, why don't we get to like sit like why can't C-SPAN show us like all of you guys sitting around your table debating?
Yeah.
And he gave an answer for why it was really bad, but he also was like, at the same time, we completely realize that 9 of us are tasked with making a decision that affects like 330 million people. So maybe they should. I think that'd be interesting.
I think it'd be interesting. I think it would stop, number one, a lot of corruption, a lot of bipartisanship. It would stop a lot of that. I think the Middle East
bipartisanship.
Yes, I think so. I think it would stop like it would be much more clear that like say Trump was wearing a camera at all times.
Oh,
He wouldn't be able to be like, this just sucks
behind
because it's the
closed doors
Democrats and because I want to
yeah.
win re-election. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that the Middle East would still be stable. Personally,
if we had just known that there weren't WMDs.
yeah. If we and this isn't even like, I tend to lean a certain way politically, but this isn't even I think Obama would have been held more accountable for all his drone strikes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Every president has definitely done shitty stuff, and I think that these cameras would call it all to public knowledge.
I also think it'd be pretty funny. I
think
feel like there'd be a lot of comedy in there, especially hearing these old people when they try and crack a joke. I think that'd be the funniest thing ever.
Yeah, I just want to know what they're doing behind closed doors. And then here's also something. I think that after working hours, they should still be wearing the camera, but the feed should just be going to the CIA or the FBI. That shouldn't be publicly
a controlled server.
Yeah, I think just so that they have no way of getting out of the cameras.
And if the CIA has that stuff and they get killed, they have evidence.
True.
I think it would also help with politicians starting their days at 10, 11 a.m. Can't do that because it runs from 9 to 5.
Right.
So have you seen there's a movie called The Circle?
Is that with Emma Watson?
With Emma Watson, yeah, and she
never saw it.
It's called Going Transparent, and she is constantly on a live stream. And
is she a politician?
No.
I feel like this would be a good Black Mirror episode. True. Everybody's live streaming.
I think the issue you would run with is even though policemen have body cams and stuff, it's not it's always live streaming.
I think it should be.
Right. So I think there's an issue. So obviously with politicians, it wouldn't be as bad, but if policemen were always live streaming, then there would be a lot of crude content that you would see.
Yes.
The public.
I think we can bypass the crude content for the illegal content though.
Well, what crude content are you saying, Tanner?
Well, someone shooting.
Yeah.
Someone.
It's not like people are being forced to watch it,
Yeah, but if it's open for the public eye, any kid could go on it, watch it.
Any kid could get on the dark web, though. It'd be easy.
Yeah, the things that kids can access on the internet, I don't think that would be the line.
Yeah.
And also they could put a disclaimer.
Disclaimer.
Someone gets shot.
Yeah.
It could be an 18 and over thing.
You
can only watch the police live streams if you're 18 and over.
You might see a completely innocent person.
I feel that would be very.
Please proceed with caution. I'm down for this. I'm down to hold account. Let's hold truth to power.
I also I think I thought of this idea. It was a two-pronged inspiration. Last night, I watched AOC play Among Us, which was fun.
Yeah.
But also this morning I thought, I just want to see. I don't want to see his penis or anything, but I just want to see Trump peeing.
So I think that's also an issue.
I want to watch him from behind, what his maneuvers are.
Wait, so someone's following him with the camera?
No, this is different. I think that
you can't have someone in the bathroom with a camera.
I think you're walking along the line of why it's not
right.
happen.
Well, let's think about how we can bypass this. Maybe there's an AE. No, what's the system?
They could put a little thing outside each restroom in a federal building, and say if you go in when you go in here, you have to stop. To unlock this door, you have to put your body camera on this little dock. And it records. It stays recording.
Right.
So it knows how long you've been in there, and you have to take it out.
And it cuts cell service in the bathroom, so you can't make calls from inside.
I'm down. No illicit dealings in the stall.
No, because that's where it would all happen.
Communication. Absolutely. I
don't know, Tanner. You look mad or something.
Well, I don't know. I feel like politicians are. Well, I guess since they're public servants, that is a reason why that could be a thing. But
what am I paying for?
What about?
Them for?
I don't
I
know.
wanna see
Maybe
it.
it could be used for like criminals who are just out of prison and on parole or
But
something.
who are the real criminals? I ask you. are the
Violent
real criminals?
offenders. How about that?
Violence.
Wait, you're saying that we should camera violent offenders?
If they're on parole.
Okay. Well, my original take, it was much more extreme. It was everyone in the world should always have a camera on all the time. But I kind of backpedaled on that one because I thought that was a little too outrageous. Because I think that if you're a politician, you're kind of putting yourself in a position where you deserve public scrutiny.
That's
not
why,
not
I also
unfair and
think-
harassing public scrutiny, but public scrutiny nonetheless.
I also think like no one would really want to be a politician anymore, which could be a good thing.
Which is
It
good.
can be a good thing because it might get the ones that are in there for the wrong reasons out.
I think so.
But who would pass the law?
Mob rule. Are you saying you would, Tanner? Are you saying you would pass the
Who
law?
would?
I don't know. I feel like you'd only get like the good apples if this was the thing.
Love the apples analogy.
I think the way the world is right now, we need a radical change.
I think there's more issues at hand. Plus, it'd be pretty expensive. So
I think just if we like kill Jeff Bezos and take
I
all his money, I think
could
we could probably do
dissect every one of your points, but we must move on.
it. We must move on. So what do you guys do? You
Simply
guys
must.
agree or disagree?
I agree.
I agree because it wouldn't really affect me. So
You don't know. You never know. You might want to get into politics.
it's true, but I won't.
We'll have to make that moral choice, camera or no camera.
I mean, it definitely can't harm. Right.
Exactly.
I don't think it could harm. It could harm you if you're doing something bad in office.
Exactly. It's like if you're afraid of it, there's probably something wrong with what you're doing.
You did bring up some points about, I guess, the bathroom issue is fine, but you seem to have solved that already.
Oh,
I feel like
yeah.
there's an easy way around the bathroom problem that is less convoluted than what I said.
No, I think the bathroom problem makes sense. I think you put your stream cam on like a little tray. You go in, and then what's the thing that cuts off all electronics? Like it's like
Like a jammer,
yeah. You go in there and
an
then
EMP
yeah
over
and then
DC.
okay, yeah. Any of those, it doesn't work. None of your electronic devices work if you go in the bathroom.
If we can solve the bathroom problem, sign me up.
Okay.
What about like personal life? Like
No,
what-
just working
if
hours.
You were talking about
Working
they
hours,
would be
working
turned
hours.
off after work, right, or something.
Well, he goes straight to the CIA after work,
Oh,
just so that someone's still holding you accountable.
oh, okay. I'm not a fan of that, but okay.
Okay. Okay, who's next?
Me.
Okay.
All right.
Was that right?
For me, it was.
For me, it wasn't.
Right.
My take. I don't think Tom Herman should coach another game as the head coach of the University of Texas.
Well, I don't think
Why?
the Big 12 should play another game.
Why not?
I just
it's
think
just- It's poor
Oh,
luck.
yeah. it's a bunch of real close, real hard fought, good defensive games.
The Big
That's
12?
the Big 12. That's how I sum up the Big 12. Strong defense and
Very strong defense, yes.
And love.
Almost as strong as the
love. LUV. Love.
Wait, why? Why do you not
Okay,
think?
why?
I don't
Here we
know much
go.
about Tom Herman.
Basically,
Me
he was
neither.
hired in like November of 2016. So this is basically his fourth season. We'll say
It's been
third
long.
with
It's been a
recruits.
long time.
Yeah. In that time, he hasn't won the Big 12.
He's won the Sugar Bowl.
He's won 2 bowl games, and even like he's lost the Big 12 championship, and he's what? I think he's won 1 or 2 games against Oklahoma. I want to say 1, maybe 2, but the one last week was I think the most devastating loss that he has faced, that he has had in his time at Texas. I don't know what he did before then. I think he was like at Ohio State, so he probably did pretty well there. But to think about, you had an OU team who, you know, they've won 5 straight Big 12s, 2 Heisman winners, number 1 picks, and then a guy that came in second. And we get this freshman not freshman, but he didn't play last year. So he's a sophomore QB, new starter, rebuilding team, like a whole new offense, a whole new defense, basically a new team. no off season with COVID. Texas is a team of, I mean, they have a 4-year starter at quarterback, a bunch of upperclassmen. That was basically their game to win, especially after coming off a loss to have a chance at the Big 12 championship the same year that OU's really bad, and he went and lost it. I don't think Texas is going anywhere with him.
Wait, did y'all
They
lose?
haven't gotten – I don't think they've gotten that much
They
better.
lost last week?
Texas?
To OU. Well, we
Yeah.
didn't have a game.
Okay. I didn't know.
Yeah. The last
Texas
game.
play last week? Who did they?
No,
No.
they both had bye weeks. OU
Well-
and Texas did.
I mean, I think the same argument. Well, obviously, different circumstances. I think if A&M lost to Florida, one could argue that Jimbo Fisher shouldn't be the head
Is this his
coach.
second or third?
This is his third.
I mean, you could start making the same argument. I think once
Yeah.
you get in like the 4th or 5th year, because I listened to the post game with like Urban Meyer and Reggie Bush, and they were saying that Texas just, for whatever reason, is unable to develop players. Like they have top 10 classes, but they never have like a lot of first round picks or draft picks anyway. So
Yeah.
players go there, they're not getting that much better, and they're not winning the big games.
Here's what I think about this. Number one, I don't think it was a devastating loss. Here's why. As a Texas fan myself, if Texas had won that game, it still would have felt like a loss
That's
Against
fair.
OU?
because it was such an awful game to watch. It was so clear that both teams are so bad, and it was basically who could be
Make the last
who could
mistake.
be less bad is how it
But
felt.
I think that's also a testament to it. I mean, if you come in as Texas, I know it's a rivalry game, so in some ways kind of all things are thrown out. But, you fumble that ball at the 1-yard line the week before against TCU. And you have a chance to keep the Big 12, like your Big 12 championship odds, like in your control. And to have a performance like that, even if they had win, like a performance like that against a rebuilding OU just like doesn't inspire confidence.
I think coaches in sports, especially college football, have way too short of a leash. It feels
I
like you
agree
have
with
one
that.
bad season, you have one
Yeah.
bad game, and you get fired. It's almost as if in high school, if you got one bad grade on a test or one bad semester, then they're like, you drop out of high school. You're not going anywhere.
You're not going anywhere. You got to see.
Yeah.
I think that's very different because you get hired to be a coach. You're expected to do all.
But how about this?
To enroll in high
A student, like a high school student that gets all A's, goes to like a very good college. Tom
Yes.
Herman is
Yes,
not
that's a
getting all
better
A's.
example.
He's not even getting all B's.
He's
I don't know.
gotten an
Herman's not
A.
doing it. No, but he's not getting all A's. Like across the board, like he has not been consistently A-level performances. I mean, I'd say his average is like an 83.
Is Ellinger.
I don't rate Ellinger as like an NFL quarterback, but I mean, if you have a guy that's been there for 4 years, I feel like that game right there, especially he grew up a Longhorn, that's the game that he has to win. Going away from Herman, I feel like Ellinger had to win that game too.
Yeah. But
I agree that coaches are on a short leash, but also 4 years isn't the shortest amount of time. I'd say it's sort of the start where you can start thinking about it since he hasn't been like terribly unsuccessful.
But like, what's the logic? A coach is one person of how many people are on a football team, including staff and other coaches?
Well, I mean, a lot, but the head coach ultimately is basically responsible for who is there to get the players ready. I mean, he brings in staff, he brings in other coaches.
I guess that's fair for college football, but in every other sport, I think the head coach, like in NFL football,
Yeah,
like you have coordinators.
Yeah.
And you have so much staff, and the coach doesn't even like necessarily hire or recruit players. That's like the GM or the owner's job.
Also, if you take it game by game, I feel like, like if you look at, say, the Giants' record on its own, I think they're, 0-5, 0-6?
Something like that.
The Giants.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
I don't know.
They're down there.
I mean, if you take each game on its own, like their offense is basically trash, but when you were watching each individual game, it's like if they won, it would have kind of been an upset because like of how
I get
basically
that,
they
but,
weren't expected to be that good. But like when you look on the record on its own, it makes it actually seem like they're legit like trash. Like they should fire the head coach.
I get that because Brett Brown had he had no threat of losing his job during the Sixers rebuild. But I would say that the place Texas was at and trying to get to was not the same as like where the Giants are.
But
I guess,
I think that's different though because Brett Brown, he's not having such player turnover as a college team does. So I think it's even harder for a college coach.
But, I think it's harder on a college coach, but at the same time, like I think it's better to compare a college coach to a college coach. And if there's a college coach out there that's successful in 4 years, then you compare that to Tom Herman instead of like an NFL. Because in the NFL, I think an offensive coordinator should take responsibility for bad offense. Not that I'm not a defensive head coach. That's just my take. I want to see if Texas wants to be back. Tom Herman's gotta go.
Actually, that's really good. I don't know. I agree with that because.
Also, just because I heard Texas is back for 3 years every year I've been in college. I guess they get the same record every year. That's the thing. They've had 4 losses every year last decade. Like he didn't that's not improvement. That's literally not improvement.
Yeah.
Even the Sugar Bowl year?
Yeah.
How'd they make the Sugar Bowl with 4 losses?
Lost to Maryland, lost to us again, lost to someone else.
How'd they make
I
it?
think they lost to what?
I know that was the one that surprised me. That was the one you would have thought they didn't. But they had 4 losses every year last decade. They had 2 this season.
They lost. Wasn't it West Virginia that year or?
Oh yeah, West Virginia when they threw up the horns down and got the flags.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, record-wise.
It's okay, Cam.
And I know he came up against like
I don't even.
the
If I'm not
offensive
home,
juggernauts
I
of
don't watch.
OU. I know that he came up against like tough OU teams at first, but against the other teams, he's still not improving.
I gotta say, college football is probably the sport I watch the least, except
I've
for
been
hockey.
so unexcited about watching sports. Like I don't wake up and watch soccer anymore. I'm not that pumped for college football anymore. I watch NFL because it's on.
You know why I don't think I'm very pumped for college football? Because, especially college football. Because whenever No. I think I'm bored enough to be excited even for a school that's not mine. But every time they do a cutaway to the stands, a little part of me dies.
Why?
Because of how full
They're
the
this
stands
close
are.
together. They're this close.
Oh, so your
The
issue
student
is
section is terrible. They shouldn't be playing college football right now.
Well, at the very least, they
they
shouldn't be having crowds.
Yeah, they should. I think
Yeah.
the crowds. I think it's completely fine if they're playing.
Also, but I agree. I don't necessarily have a problem with them playing, just as long as they're like getting tested and stuff. But the crowds, especially when like COVID is on an uncontrolled spread right now. You look at a COVID map, in most of America, it's still an uncontrolled
They're
spread.
reaching levels closer to summer, and hospitals are back at full capacity.
And there are the Texas Longhorn fans in the stands, bodies painted and sweating on each other, and it makes me not happy.
I mean, but like Tom Herman, right?
Yeah, but it's Tom. Honestly, if
If
COVID
Tom
keeps
Herman
going the
were a
way it
real
is,
head
Tom
coach-
Herman shouldn't have a job.
He needs to tell the Texas students, don't come to the games. That's what a head coach would do.
I wonder if he's stopped the kissing.
Yeah,
Now
what
that
did
COVID's a
I heard
thing.
about that? What he would like
What?
a little French like greeting, right?
Well, you wouldn't French. Oh, I thought you meant like French kiss.
No,
No.
Yeah,
Did he do that to his players?
Yeah, I think so.
Was there a little
I think
like?
it's fine. I don't know why people were freaking out about that. That's like a normal.
I also think it's fine. I just think it's funny.
Yeah.
Like why?
Considering
There's like the
he's
clip of
just
Tom
not
Brady.
French.
I think that clip of Tom Brady kissing his son's like objectively hilarious.
Yeah, I think it's funny,
Like,
but it's
not
also
weird to me. It's not
It's-
that weird.
Yeah.
I think the thing that people thought was weird was the length of the kiss, but also like Like it's a little kid and the dad, you know?
Yeah, I thought it was funny because he's, like, laying down. He's like, come here.
True. You know what I think it was? I think it was like the producers of whatever documentary it was. They were like, well, we just want to see him to show that you're a really good dad. And it was staged. And the kid didn't know how long to kiss Tom Brady for. So the kid waited too long.
They were probably like, we're going to wave our hand when you can stop. And he just got lost in the kiss.
Yeah, I mean, it is very uncomfortable to watch, but also at the same time, I thought it was overblown.
Yeah.
Wait, are you a Tom Brady fan still? Cam?
I still think he's like the best ever, but I don't like him that much anymore.
Wait, what's with I keep seeing articles about like Tom Brady like getting pissed at his team.
At the Bucks?
Yeah.
Aren't they playing well?
Oh no, is he like toxic or something?
You forgot it was 4th down. That's all I know.
Really? I have literally no idea what's going on over there or how he's doing. Like, it's not that I don't like that he left. I'm actually happy that he left because I don't think he's as good as Cam Newton, straight up, right
That's
now.
fair.
Wait, Cameron, did you not see the 4th down play like 2 weeks ago?
The Bucks' 4th down play?
Yeah, they were down, and he was
No.
it was the last drive of the game, and he threw like a pretty bad pass on 4th and long, and then it panned back to him, and he was holding up a 4, like looking all confused at the sideline. He thought it was 3rd down.
What an idiot! It was all Bill. It was all Belichick. That's what I have to say about that.
Big Bill Belichick. That's how my suite mate freshman year.
Belichick?
I have a question for y'all. Did y'all? So you kept saying like you didn't really watch sports as much this year, right?
Yeah.
Because of COVID, or whatever. But I know David, you're a Cowboys fan. To me, like this was probably the most enjoyable year for me watching the Cowboys, at least.
The what? Sorry, you cut out on mine.
Oh, really? Did I cut out on yours, Cam?
No, I heard what you said.
Oh, I was just saying.
David, careful. It's very racist.
The first.
These are my racist
I'm
guys.
glad
I look
that
at
got
racists.
Show me. Yeah. It's good.
You're glad.
No, I was saying the beginning of the season or the first like 5 games, obviously until Dak got hurt, like it was probably one of the most fun I've had watching Cowboys football. Like I know their defense was
the
ass.
worst way.
No, really.
It's super fun watching the comebacks. I just wish our defense could you just think like if they gotten like 1 or 2 stops.
Yeah.
I get 4 wins.
Right. But I don't know. It was the play calling was so insane on the offense.
Yeah. No, the offense was very fun to watch.
And like you got like CeeDee Lamb, like it's just everything about it was so good. Like ignoring the defense, obviously. And I mean, to be honest, I'm not that into like the Cowboys. I don't know, making the Super Bowl. I'm not really expecting.
Oh, it's our year
anytime.
still. It's still our. Don't doubt it. We're
Yeah,
gonna win the
we
division
only
at
have to
6 and 10.
We only have to win like a couple more games.
We only need to beat our division opponents. We'll make the playoffs.
I've never seen anyone obsessed with an athlete as much as Tanner's obsessed with Dak Prescott.
It's like the one player. I mean, it's not even. Actually, it was mostly Dak, but like I legit it was so fun to watch. Like it's like almost on like Messi level. Like watching
that
Messi.
Falcons game was like the most joy the Cowboys have given me like since like Dak's rookie year.
Wait, Tanner, did you just equate Dak to Messi?
No, the offense was like as enjoyable as watching NL.
Okay.
Not
his,
like their positions in
prime.
Okay. We need to wrap this take up. So Tanner, do you agree or not?
Yeah, I agree.
I disagree. I think just give him a few more years. He's done fine
give him
so
a few
far.
More years.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not as big of a Texas Longhorns
He's
fan
on the
as
Tom train for all.
I feel like if I was a Texas fan, I would also agree.
Well, I don't know. I always feel bad when people get fired. So, Tanner, what's your take?
I think I might have told one of y'all this earlier, or both. It was that tables in chairs at restaurants should be made with 3 legs instead of 4.
Did you just dab? What do you mean? Why?
Because it won't wobble.
Huh. Does a 3-legged
Four good
structure
legs
not wobble? Yeah, no, I guess you're right.
It won't. It's physically impossible.
It's physically impossible.
Unless you find a way
True.
to balance onto the leg.
I thought
Why
you were going
aren't
to
they?
say that restaurant chairs shouldn't have like the arms. You know, you should
I've
just be
never
able
sat
to,
in a restaurant chair with arms.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Maybe.
Outdoor
Really?
patio chairs.
Hmm.
I just
But-
hate chairs with arms.
I'm fine.
They make
with
getting
it.
out of the table hard.
Yeah. Well, David, it's also because you always, every time you sit with both arms dangling at your sides.
I also put.
Very
I don't know
awkward.
if y'all will be able to see this. I sit like this.
Yeah, but don't
sit
you
like
need the
this.
legs in that situation? You need the arms in that situation, no?
I think he's saying without the arms.
No, this is how I
That
sit when I
wide.
hate it. And if there were no arms, I
Oh.
could sit normal. But because of the arms, I have to sit this way because of my
Okay.
massive thighs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I Cameron, I don't think we were thinking about
Thighs.
David's massive thighs.
I forgot about his thighs.
And y'all haven't even seen me since August. Y'all know that I'm in the gym.
The thighs
I have
are too big.
anacondas on either side.
They're actually boa constrictors. They if you're only listening to the audio version of the podcast, they wrapped around both of his legs, wrapped around the chairs of the arms of the chairs as if he had no bone.
When I'm walking down, when I'm
His
walking on
spindly little
campus,
leg.
they smell the squirrels and they just kind of slither down my pant leg and just snatch one. And I'm just on my way.
Wait, what's
Your
the-
legs?
oh, your-
I don't have to
Or
pay
do
for
you
any
have
food.
actual anacondas in your pants?
No, they're like wrapped around my legs,
Your
kind of
anacondas?
fused in there. Yeah, but at
Okay.
this point, they're kind of like they've gone in and out of the muscles, so
Ew.
like they're a
Ew.
necessity.
all right.
They're a necessity.
All right.
All right, back to the
They're
3
there.
legs.
You're like a Greek monster.
Yes, I'm Medusa's husband.
Whoa. The song Anaconda was actually Medusa, and she was singing it about you.
Nicki Minaj is actually Medusa.
Yeah, and you're her hubby.
Ooh.
Okay, yeah, back to the take, Tanner.
Yeah.
Is it just because it won't wobble?
Yeah, because otherwise, I mean, it's like pros and cons. Would you rather have a stable chair / table or one that won't wobble?
Wait, is it not going to be stable if it has 3 legs? I thought it would be more stable.
If you were to lean a certain direction,
It promotes weight distribution, is what you're saying? Proper weight distribution.
yeah, the weight distribution on like say there's 4 legs, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you were to lean like forward, it would be like here's like the point of pivot. There would be like barely any weight over it unless you lean really far. But if there's
Right.
like 3 legs and you lean like this way, there'd be a lot more surface area that's leaning over.
I see. So you're saying, so what I'm hearing is there would be a lot more of like instances of plates and food falling off the table, but it won't wobble.
The table
at all.
is less of a concern because of how big it is, and people aren't sitting on the table unless people are like slamming their elbows down.
unless it's like a medieval like pub and people are slamming their mugs
just slamming their beers and drinks and food everywhere.
and all the tables have 3 legs and they all start falling and they get really mad at the bartender and the bartender's like, well, it's not wobbling.
Yeah, but then they just buy more food. Honestly, it's a win-win because you just spill your food, and there'll be like a clause in the restaurants that's like you have to sign.
Why is it a win-win if you
No,
spill
for the
your
restaurants because they'll sign something that's like if you spill your food, we don't offer.
User error.
But
Yeah,
how is that a
yeah.
win? That's just like a
It's a win for the
loss.
restaurants because
Yeah,
then they'll
but it's a
buy
not-
more food.
Oh, they have to buy
They
more.
also they don't have to spend as much on chairs when you chop a leg off.
Yeah, I
True.
think that's how it works.
Oh, and then they can make more chairs out of the legs they chopped off.
Yeah, and then
And that just makes jobs.
Yeah. You're creating way more jobs.
Here's your
option-
platform.
Another option. is
3-leg
online
chairs
chairs.
2020.
Online chairs?
Yeah, it's like a mental chair.
What do you mean?
Like you
Don't
think
you mean an
you're sitting-
online chair?
Huh?
That's what he said.
Well, how would it be a mental chair?
Well, like you think you're sitting, but you're actually standing.
But how's it online?
Yeah, that's just mental.
Okay, well, two options. You have an online chair.
Okay, then what is the
You
online
visit
chair?
You order your
onlinechair.com
food
and you
to
just click,
go,
I am sitting.
and you sit in your own house, but you're projected onto the restaurant's chair. So the restaurant can see a bunch of people eating, but in reality, you're at
Wait,
home.
what
This is
about
weird.
hologram like Zoom restaurant eating so that places can still seem full and fun?
Oh.
Wait, can you see everyone? Or
Yeah, like
Is it
once
bad?
the technology is obviously not there to have some interactive holograms, but once it was there, we're popping.
It'd be a
Yeah.
lot like the NBA fans, the NBA virtual fans.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well,
Or if any of you
obviously-
had Oculus courtside.
I don't know, it's kind of
Oh.
like technology or like 3 legs.
I'm still lost about. So, where in your take do the mental and online chairs come in?
And no part of it. I
Okay,
kind of made that
okay.
up.
So that was
Do you
kind of an
think there will
offshoot.
be?
Yeah.
Do you think consumers will reject a 3-legged chair due to its
I won't.
unconventionality?
I won't.
Do you see this in people's houses? Do you see this being a
I
retail
do.
product?
Do my house.
Do you see yourself on Shark Tank? Is where I'm going.
Do you have a 3-legged chair right now?
I
I
think
have a
Cuban the Cube Man wants to make a deal.
5-legged chair.
Oh.
Yo, Sim brother.
Yo.
Wait, is that the? Oh wait, do I?
I feel
Yeah.
like roller chairs
5.
either have 3 or 5.
Why? Why not 4?
Probably you want something else to
Yeah.
help rotate it. I feel
Is
like
it a
3 would be
rotation?
Depends on the
enough.
type of roller chair. If you have the one that goes up and down, then you need like probably 5 because it's on like one. Like
You just want to break through the roof, and we just want to keep breaking through ceilings. And every ceiling we get to, we just want to break through the next
bust
one.
through them. Bust through them.
Mine is broken. My little thing that goes up and down is broken.
No, that's
I'm so glad we have an engineer on here today. I feel like I've learned 2 things from you today. Engineering.
And it's all about legs. What if humans had 3 legs? Would they be more or less stable?
What if we had roller legs and
Roller
chairs had
legs.
feet,
I mean, it's
and
kind
chairs
of.
could walk and we could roll?
That would be crazy.
I mean, you know how like 4-legged animals like don't have like calves.
Yeah.
I got calves.
You have 4 legs.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess my arguments.
Look! Check it out!
Look at me and my
Look at my 4 legs.
4 legs.
There's
Look at
1,
my
2,
4 legs.
and then close
That's
your
one
eyes. Close your eyes. And then, okay, these are my other 2.
I just want to narrate what's happening. So he's standing chair.
Yeah,
I don't
he
think
has
I can get
no
down.
legs.
I don't think I
Nothing
can get down.
changed
like
that.
everyone else.
Oh, he can't get down. He's stuck.
There we go. Lowering.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah, you have to go- Oh yeah, he's going to
Oh.
the hospital after this one, boys.
What?
You're going to the hospital. You didn't stretch.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm stuck. They're going to have to wheel me out of here on my 5-legged chair.
Okay.
I disagree, I think, because I would rather have a wobbly table than one that falls over.
So we've clarified that it's not going to fall over.
I'm a leaner, though.
Okay.
Sometimes the wobble, honestly, it's a bit fun.
But
Well, okay.
By the
Let
way-
me explain.
Tanner, let's just put a 7-legged table.
So that could wobble too.
No, but the 4 legs are there on each side.
Just in case.
They don't
Each-
touch the ground. They don't touch the ground. They're there to stop the table itself from tipping over.
I'm going to need a 3D render by tomorrow.
What do you think? And they're just hovering above the ground.
See, I feel like that would pose the same issue
Of wobbling?
if it's not balanced right or something.
But it would be balanced, right?
They're not. There it is. There you have it.
We came up with the perfect table. But I still disagree. Dude, what do you think?
I'll disagree.
That was like the coldest take of the night.
Yeah, it was. But
I mean, I'm going to agree with it.
yeah, I don't know. I have my reason. David has his.
I don't even know David's reason. What
It
is
didn't
it?
resound with us.
Not up to your standard? 3 legs isn't enough?
I was under the impression that, was 3 not still going to like tip over?
3 will not tip
It will.
over.
It
But,
will. If you're a leaner, it will. If there's 1 leaner in your party, it will. If there are 3 leaners, then it won't, because there's enough counterweight right there.
Okay, you know how like normal restaurant legs have like 1 pull in the middle, and then it's like 4 legs like that offshoot from it?
Yep.
Yeah.
If there were 3 offshoots, then it wouldn't like wobble.
I thought we were talking about 3-legged chairs.
Well, that too. Just don't.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree because I'm.
It's too convoluted.
You lost me.
How did
I
I
don't want
lost
3.
you?
I don't want 3-leg. I mean, I don't want 3-legged chairs. But then you were telling me about tables.
Well, Cameron was talking about how he was a leaner
Yeah, I'm a leaner.
on a table, so that's why I was explaining that. And then,
I was
like,
confused.
You were
why-
talking about
why that
chairs.
mattered.
Just don't go like this when you're.
So I mean, if I like reasonably sit in a 3-legged chair, I'm gonna have a less chance of falling or like
Right.
being off balance. Yeah, then I'm for that. Yeah,
But it's putting you in a box.
not as much.
One
as
could
this
argue
is.
that it's not.
Not as much as this chair right now is.
Well, so you agree now.
Yeah,
Well, I didn't know we were
Like a
allowed to drag
give me a
people onto our
stool.
side.
just give me a stool, a 3-legged stool, and I'll be good.
I need a back.
That's fair. That's fair.
No. Yeah. Fuck. I don't like.
I take the backs out of
If-
all my chairs.
Okay, if you're saying that you put a stool with a 3-legged table, then you're going to get leaners and that table's going to fall.
I'm not talking about a 3-legged table. I didn't think that was a
That's part of the take.
stipulation.
I think you're overestimating.
Is the table part of the
three-legged
take?
Table to tip.
What, Dave?
Is the table part of the take, Tanner?
Yeah.
Why, Tanner, why isn't it like a tripod system?
It could be.
Like a wide tripod?
It could be, but then your chairs and feet would hit it.
My chairs and feet hit the.
Wait, if it's
bottom of the
tables, I
table.
disagree. If it's chairs, I agree.
It's both.
Okay.
Okay, then I disagree.
That's fine.
Tough to watch a man crumble. A man crumble.
Oh, how the
before our
mighty
eyes.
fall.
Okay, it's hottest take time. Let's all restate our takes. Tanner first, then David, then me.
Tables and chairs should have 3 legs to prevent wobbling.
Tom Herman should be fired before the next game, before his Saturday. I guess he would have already coached. By the time
Wait,
this
before
comes
the
out.
next game?
I said he shouldn't. Okay.
You said he should never coach
I said,
a
yeah,
game
yeah,
again.
I said he
Oh.
shouldn't coach another game as the head coach of Texas.
Oh, can I disagree?
Yeah, I
I
guess.
thought it was
Wow.
like this here.
There's been a lot of agree, disagree drama in this
Yeah.
episode. Maybe this episode's called Drama. Your smile went away quickly, Tanner. My take was that all public servants should be required to wear cameras at all times. That includes politicians. All right, ready? We'll vote, starting with me, then David, then Tanner. 3, 2, 1. David.
Cameron.
Cameron.
It feels good to be a winner. Is that? Those are your racist eyes. No, it's like a canary in a coal mine. Like that's when David's eyes go like that. That's how you know something racist is happening somewhere in the world.
Oh, I like that one. I can't see. Shit.
I have to go.
All right.
Is that his third?
This has been Hot Takes High Stakes.
Wait, I have
Thank you
things.
so much for joining.
I have things to say.
Oh.
Go to plumpgoose.co to look at the hottest take list, as well as the hottest take leaderboard. I think I might have pulled ahead of Tanner and tied Ronick with that one. Subscribe to Mountain Men Vids. Our detective video is going to be in the works now, as well as many others.
Go to vote.org.
Yeah,
Find
please
out how
vote.
to vote.
I'm putting in the description. There's like how to find your polling place. So do that. Also, subscribe to Mountain Men Games. We're getting
Pokemon
close.
content.
We're getting close to 100 subscribers.
Loyal, brave birds.
And yeah, that's it. Now, David, you can do a little outro.
Hey guys, this has been Hot Takes High Stakes. Thank you so much for joining. Please listen to our other podcast if you haven't already, and we'll see y'all next time.
Bye.
We'll see ya.
Ciao, ciao.
Plump Goops Podcast.